Hello and Assalamualaikum everyone. Today our group will talk about illegal immigrants in Malaysia. We have 4 group members including me, QISTINA binti Muhammad Najib, will talk about decision making. NURHIEZATTY binti ARIFIN will talk about the introduction to illegal immigrants in Malaysia, how to overcome and controlling. Next we have INTAN SHAZWANI binti JAMALI will let you guys know about the issues and the planning. Our last member, SITI NURHIEZATTY binti AZMY, will talk about organizing and the conclusion of illegal immigrants in Malaysia. So now I'll give it to NURHIEZATTY binti ARIFIN.
Hi, I'm Aisha. I will introduce a little bit about illegal immigrants. What is actually meant by the illegal immigrants? According to the Cambridge Dictionary, an illegal immigrant is defined as someone who lives or works in another country when they do not have the legal right to do this. They are also known as undocumented person or undocumented immigrants because they enter a country without following a set of procedures and bring a legal identification such as passport, travel visa, and national identification card. Since the action of entering one country without any legal permission mentioned is wrong, we can see that the illegal immigrants have violated the immigration rules of one country.
So we continue to the issues. What the issues that overcome in Malaysia about the illegal immigrant? So issues that overcome because they think that Malaysia can give them job to survive their life. They usually dominated various areas, especially in Selangor and Kuala Lumpur in work sector. It was a strategic base to them to get the facility provided by the government, such as the public transport. Number two, Malaysia are so picky when it comes to work. So Malaysia indirectly offers space for a local immigrant to come and ask for work. So companies have no choice to take their work from them. So they are mostly come from the various countries such as Indonesia, Bangladesh, Pakistan, and Nepal. So according to the Director General of Immigration, Dr. Khairul Samidaud, the highest number of the illegal immigrant is Indonesian citizen, which is a total of the 53,328 people. So number three is polluting the environment. They will be polluting the environment because of their bad behavior for not being hygienic. So it will have an impact because they do not take care of cleanliness. So they will increasing the disease outbreak. So in this issue overcome, the Malaysian government have to take their action and always try their best to handle this issue of this country so that the responsibilities organization, which is the Ministry of Home Affairs, to manage the problem of illegal immigration so that the country will be safe without external threat. So we will continue to the how overcome, which is we have a four process, we have a planning, we have an organizing, we have the decision making and controlling.
Various initiatives are designed to curb the problem of the influx of illegal immigrants into our country, Malaysia. The four main functions of management play a large role in ensuring that the efforts mentioned just now are carried out. The four functions are planning, organizing, decision-making, and controlling. A more detailed explanation will be explained in each management function, which ensures the objective and goals set by the government can be achieved.
Continue to me, what is the planning? Planning is the fundamental management function, choosing in advance what must be done, what is needs to be done, how it should be done, and who it could be. So, planning is a simple thinking before doing something, and the principle is thinking before acting. So, we will continue to do what type of planning. So we continue to what is the type of planning. Planning have three types. Number one is operational plan. Operational plan is more focused on the organization ongoing daily operation. So basically, it was the detailed outline of what a team will focus on the future, typically with the upcoming year. So it have to explain about the weekly goals and tasks. So such as what they will achieve, who will do them, and what they are generally. So number two is tactical plan. Tactical plan is more focused on how organization resources should be employed to attain a strategic objective. So addresses and integrating numerous organizational needs and ensuring that the strategic plan is implemented on a daily basis. So it was a step organization or teams sometimes take after the strategic and operational plan. Sometimes take after they create the strategic and operational plan. So it to define and determine which step and action will be most effective in achieving them. So number three is strategic plan. Strategic plan it describes the long-term plan that is great for at least 5 years. So it just the main objective and strategy to pressure them. So the selection process is considered to four factors, which is the strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and entries. So it doing by the top manager. That's all for the what type of the planning. So we continue to what is the planning to manage the bulk of the illegal immigrant. Continue to make events, so I will explain about what is the planning for manage these issues. So number one is selection criteria for illegal immigrant worker. So the ministry should restrict the worker selection to only the most obedient Muslims to work and reside in the nation for a period determined by the appropriate authorities. So, for example, government take Muslim ethnic Rohingya from Myanmar as the legal immigrant worker instead of allowing them to enter this country as the refugees. So, number two is enforce the law against illegal immigrants. So, the immigration department must constantly oversee the department that manage the entry of illegal immigration into the country. So additionally, the Immigration Act 1955 and 63 Act 155 is currently the primarily relevant law managing the matters connected to foreign worker and immigration in Malaysia. So the government management can express the government goals in a policy that is stood for by issuing a decree that implement by the policy. Number three is working period. The ministry must reduce the maximum period of employment for a worker from 5 to 3 years. If he want to continue, he could do so for an additional 3 years, making the total period of employment 6 greater than 10. The worker won't be able to establish themselves in this country because of the short work hour. They were unable to integrate into the community. Number four is the regularization program for illegal immigrants. By the Ministry of Home Affairs was to implement the regularization program for illegal immigrant rehiring program party by requiring them to obtain a valid pass. The objective of this plan is to create a comfortable ecosystem for the illegal immigrant to continue their life here by empowering the enforcement agency and, and regulatory authorities as well as by enhancing strategic cooperation and public awareness. So what the objective to achieve? Number one is to remove in all the illegal immigrants. Home Ministry Tan Sri Muhyiddin want to ensure that Malaysia achieve the goal of removing all the illegal immigrants, give it a time frame through the strengthening of governance and the current system of immigration enforcement. Through this plan, they hope to ensure that the number of illegal immigrants decline each year until there are no longer any foreigners entering and working illegally in this country. So number two is creating a difficult environment. Creating an environment that makes it difficult for illegal immigrants to continue with their daily life. For example, increasing strategic cooperation and local community awareness, as well as strengthening the capacity of current enforcement and regulatory agency. Number three is won't be required to conduct any amnesty programs. Thus, remain agency versus that the Home Ministry won't be required to conduct any amnesty program like the governor wants did. For instance, they give the wrong signal to foreigners that anyone may enter and stay in Malaysia without the proper documentation, because if they were there illegally, they will be forgiven. So number four is the existing policy. According to the Tan Sri Muhyiddin, the existing policy will continue and the Home Ministry will see to it that will apply to fulfill the needs of the industry concerned because the industrial sector still need them of their service. So that's all. I will pass to Hizati to explain the second process, which is organizing.
Hello, my name is Siti NURHIEZATTY. I will continue to introduce about organizing. The word organizing is referred to the managerial function. Organizing is the process by which work is assigned and coordinate among organizational members in order to effectively accomplish the goal of organization. Thus means it is a group of people who work together to achieve a common goal through division of labor and hierarchy of authority. Next, Mr. Bernard defined organizing as the function by which each the concern is being able to define the role, position, the job related, and the coordination between authority and responsibility. Lastly, organizing leads to the formation of an organization structure which depicts the flow of interaction inside the organization that decide what, who report to whom, how each person respond, and who carry out the tasks. Next, importance of organizing. The first one is advantage of specialization. Classification of job is systematically among the workforce. Usually, management professionals often assign tasks to the employee who is the best suited for it. This is to prevent an expectation that employee will perform tasks which they have no previous experience and training. Number 2, effective utilization of resources. Function of organization is to maximize the use of resources from various aspects such as financial, human resources, and also technical. This approach helps to ensure that the company's specific workforce needs are met without any unnecessary duplication of effort. Lastly, distribute workload to all organization members to be able to move forward to achieving the goal together. Next, 6 key elements of organizing. Number 1, departmentalization. Departmentalization refers to how organizational structure groups the company function, office, and teams. Those individual groups are typically referred to as department. We could also divide the business into groups based on product or brand line, geographic location, or even customer needs. Number 2, work specialization. In any business, employees at all levels typically are given a description of their duties and the expectation that come with their position. Work specialization ensures that all employees have specific duties that are expected to perform based on each employee work experience, education, and also skill. Number 3, chain of command. In the corporate content, this type of chain of command is reflected in the organizational structure and affect job description as well as office hierarchy. For example, manager assign tasks, communicate expectation and deadline to the employee. When employee encounter obstacle or problem, they report back to the appropriate manager. Organizing strategy time. According to the Mandaman News report on the issue about the rising of number of illegal immigrants in Malaysia, our previous Home Ministry formulated a holistic plan to address illegal immigrants. Our former Home Minister Muhyiddin Yassin was developing an all-encompassing enforcement strategy to deal with illegal immigrants, which is Illegal Immigrant Rehiring Program, or also known as SITI, as a part of larger attempt to improve governance and the current enforcement system. According to Minister Muhyiddin Yassin, the strategy will involve strategic collaboration across numerous pertinent departments and agencies and was intended to combat the country flood of illegal immigrants. It would also involve the state government, local authorities, village community management council, and the village development and also security committees. In addition, the ministry explained that the plan will be implemented in 5 years and will focus on 5 strategies. The ministry will continue carrying out the enforcement operation at areas designated as a foreign hotspot through the Immigration Department and with assistance from other enforcement agencies such as Royal Malaysia Police and the Malaysian Maritime Enforcement Agency. Moreover, the policy of foreign worker is decided by the Cabinet Committee on Foreign Worker and Illegal Immigrant, comprising of 19 Cabinet Ministers, including the Chief Minister of Sabah and Sarawak, and chaired by the Deputy Prime Minister with the 5 Chief Secretary of the Ministry of Home Affairs as the Secretariat. Lastly, as we know, Immigrant Act 1955 is currently the primary relevant law governing topic connected to foreign labour in immigration of Malaysia. For example, Immigration Department provide work passes to foreign workers to allow them to work for a minimum of 2 years. This job may be renewed after 5 years. However, there may be additional fee and visa requirement.
Hi, my name is QISTINA and today I'm going to talk about decision making. The definition of decision making is a process of identifying and selecting a course of action from among 2 or more possible alternatives in order to arrive at a solution from a given problem. This approach will definitely increase the chance that you will choose the most satisfying, indispensable possible. It is a necessary part of the operation as opinions are made at each position by the operation executive. The process of business planning depends on the art of decision making. For example, during the planning stage, managers need to make various decisions. Next, the importance of decision making. It doesn't matter whether you're working in a small company or in a large enterprise, effects and situation always change. The meaning of decision making is exclusively connected with operation piece. Therefore, it can be considered as an essential function of operation. So, decision making is deeply related with management function and both are bound up together. There are 2 types of decision making, which is one program decision and non-program decision. Program decisions are repetitive in nature. It is a well-structured, straightforward, familiar, and easily defined. It is also usually within because the alternatives are quite familiar to the decision maker and made in accordance with some established habit. For example, it is about making purchases or choosing candidates for an interview or grievance producer for employees. Non-program decisions are not routine in Indonesia. They are related to exceptional situations for which there are no established precedent. Non-program decisions are also often required considerable creativity, cleverness, innovation, and a higher level management participation. Lastly, non-program decisions require evaluation, brainstorming, and perhaps some trial and error. So, top management have to be smart to solve any unusual problems for which information is ambiguous or incomplete. Lastly, strategy then. Strategy then is first enforcement operation strategy, which outlines the implementation plan relating to enforcement operation against party. Second, entry point and border control strategy also outlines the implementation plan relating to security, control and monitoring activities at the country borders and entry points. And lastly, foreigner management strategy underlines the coordination plans of policies relating to foreign nationals. That's all from me, thank you.
Before I explain about the controlling strategy then, let's get to know about controlling. A manager must exert effective control over the activities of the subordinates if they are to produce the anticipated results. Here, controlling ensures that an organization's actions are carried out in accordance with the plans, other than making sure that the resources are utilized effectively and efficiently for the accomplishment of defined objectives. G. Terry defined controlling as determining what is being accomplished, evaluating the performance, and if necessary, applying corrective measures so that the performance can take place according to the plan. Besides, controlling can also be defined as the process of determining what is to be accomplished, that is the standard, what is being accomplished, that is the performance, evaluating the performance, and if necessary, applying corrective measures so that the performance can take place according to the plans, that is, in conformity with the standards. And organizations may make mistakes during the management process, and the most effective weapon for preventing mistakes from recurring is controlling. Therefore, the authority corrects the error using the instrument of controlling. What are the importance of controlling? First of all, controlling acts as the basis of execution of plans, which will guarantee that the plans will be carried out as intended. In this case, controlling monitors development, reviews deviation, identifies remedial actions, and keeps everything on course. Controlling also ensures the achievement of goals. This is because controlling keeps activities moving in the right direction. So corrective action is conducted right away if there is something wrong happen. Besides, controlling is important because it is the decentralization of authority. An effective control system makes authority delegation simpler and ensures that subordinates follow a predetermined course of action. Other than that, controlling acts as the basis for future action. It aids in creating future strategies that will be better. So this is because the control system reveals plans, flaws, and offer feedback information. Controlling plays important roles for nation in managing the issue of illegal immigrants. The four steps in controlling have been done in managing this issue, and one of them is establishing standards and methods or way to measure performance. To enhance efficiency in assessing activities and responsibilities, the Malaysian Ministry of Home Affairs developed a clear, explicit, and extensive strategy. The goals established by the Ministry of Home Affairs in an effort to reduce the number of illegal immigrants entering our nation will be known to the Immigration Department. For instance, the Cabinet Committee on Foreign Workers and Illegal Immigrants, which consists of 19 cabinet ministers, including the Chief Minister of Sabah and Sarawak, and is presided over by the Deputy Prime Minister, with the 5 Chief Secretary of the Ministry of Home Affairs serving as the Secretariat, makes decisions regarding foreign workers policy. Other than other enforcement tactics had also been established, including management of foreigners, legislative and enforcement policy strategy, and foreigners management strategy. So the next is measuring the actual performance. The developed plan must be implemented regularly. This will assist in gathering accurate data so that a choice can be made based on the performance. Management receives valuable information from this routine measurement, enabling them to adjust this process as needed. After a plan is implemented, it should be monitored and reviewed so that in the event that the earlier plan is not succeeding, remedial steps may be offered. This can be done by assessing our actual performance. In the case of managing the influx of illegal immigrants in Malaysia, the Ministry of Home Affairs had already investigated a recent instance involving unlawful immigration. It can use this to evaluate the established standards and process. As a result, the Ministry of Home Affairs can determine if their actions are consistent with the requirement and guidelines. They may also anticipate future issues and make fresh recommendations for actions that will keep the goals set in line. After that, the performance will be determined whether it matches with the standard. So the performance of the plans is monitored by the Ministry of Home Affairs to ensure the compliance. The measured findings will be compared to the benchmark they had previously established. They can then determine if the Immigration Department's accomplishments meet with their standards and whether the department has been successful in attaining the goals set by the Ministry of Home Affairs. The final step is taking corrective action and re-evaluating the standard. So corrective measures can be created if there are any issues after comparing the performances to the standards. The data gathered throughout the controlling process provide the basis for the Ministry of Home Affairs decision. So the discrepancies that happened that we can see when 4 immigration officers were prosecuted with bribery at Port Penang after they demanded a sizable sum of money from the ferry captain who carried the illegal immigrants show how this may be done. In addition, Sabah saw the arrest of 7 immigration officers who allegedly selling passes to illegal immigrants. So as a result, the government not only takes action against illegal immigrants, but also against the engaged officers who diverted from the funds to stop the flow of illegal immigrants in our country. So in other words, by regulating the approach that has been set up, we can prevent or at least minimize the loss.
To sum up, the issue of illegal immigrant workers in Malaysia appear to be never-ending one. Looking at the Malaysian government strategy, it has been demonstrated that the government has routed through a wide range of policy approach rather than following cohesive series of strategy. The Illegal Immigrant Readmission Program, or also known as PAD, is more comprehensive effort to strengthen governance and improve the existing enforcement system. On the contrary, the government should be more firm and seen as serious about addressing the issue for the future generation. That is all from us.